Hello everyone! Today we are going to work on a junk journal spread, and I'm a little embarrassed to say that I haven't been junk journaling a whole bunch recently, but today I thought would be a good day. I wanted to challenge myself and try to use things that I've received from penpals, because usually they just get organized into my storage and then kind of forgotten about, and you know what? I think I should be using them. So I had just recently received a penpal letter, of course, that had a pink theme to it. And I was going through my things and decided a pink and green theme for this spread. And I think it turned out really well. You'll see how it looks at the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I am just going to talk a little bit about the goals that I had for this month and just how I feel like I've gotten with them and possibly my goals for the next month. So if you're familiar with my TikTok page, you've probably seen me talking about wanting to sell paper goods specifically, and more specifically for pen pals and junk journalers. My goals for this month were to design and kind of just start making prototype products that I could potentially be selling. That being mostly like cutely designed stationery paper to write letters on. And with that might include like an envelope or stickers or a postcard or just some other paper good that's fun to receive. I feel like along that concept of my goal this month, I've done really well. I know in the past I've been not very motivated to do something like that, or like I have been motivated but things scare me and then I get demotivated. And that's been a problem that I faced a lot in the past, but this year is going to be different and I'm going to make it happen. I've been making sure to share what I've been working on, or just what I've been doing if I haven't been working on anything on my TikTok page, and just being there consistently, trying to post every day at least something. It could be something like my junk journal, or it could be something like pen pal letters, or even maybe something I did completely outside of those topics. I was also able to design 5 different stationery letter pages. 2 of them I think are really good, and I want to put those in the shop very soon. But the other 3 are just okay, and I think I still need to work on the design, or maybe just let it sit around for a little bit until I know how to improve it and make it better. With that, I've thought of a lot of different possibilities for things I would like to sell and provide for letter writers. Some of those things could include, of course, the stationery paper, which I want to be kind of my main focus, and then stickers, postcards, envelopes that would match the stationery. What else? I've thought about maybe designing like mini monthly calendars. I think that would be cute. Or greeting cards. That could be fun. I've also thought about like finding really easy, quick, small beginner crafts. Like I've seen felted creatures or ornaments, or little sewing kits or something. I don't know, just like a small craft that would be easy to send in the mail, that would introduce people into a new little craft and make that into a kit that people could purchase and try out. Also, I think like junk ephemera packs would be really fun and easy to put together. I don't know if I would do those as like themed packs, or just like here's a whole bunch of stuff that you might not have that you can have. I think that could be fun to put together and sell. I don't know, those are just kind of my beginning thoughts and ideas for products that I can create and offer to people like us who like to junk journal, who like to letter, pen pal write, who like to have cute stationery or just cute things in general. Later on, that might expand into different categories. Like I think it would be fun to design a tote bag, or I don't know, a t-shirt or something like that. But right now I just want to kind of keep it in the paper goods and for easy access to crafting. I think that's a big thing about my company, or I guess my business, that I want to promote a lot, is making creativity accessible and available. I think something like that is very essential to the person not only like mentally, but also for your soul. I think having creative outlets is vital for a person in general, especially if you're a high stress person. I think it's just so relaxing and calming, and in a way, it gets your frustrations and emotions out in a very satisfying way, I would say. The creative outlet doesn't have to be in the same form that I do, also. I know there's plenty of people who use music or video making or photography or other things that are creative that aren't like what I do. But I do think having a creative outlet is important, and this is one that I am familiar with and that I want to share. Anyways, yes, I want a central concept of my business to be making creativity accessible to people. And I think by providing the supplies for it, that is a very easy way to make it accessible to people. Back to what I've been doing this month. In addition to those other things, I've also been working on like the technical things, the really boring and frustrating things of a business or starting a business. I've had to like restart my email and make sure that the accounts that I want related to my business are switched over to that. I actually couldn't figure out how to switch over my YouTube, so I'm starting from scratch, although by the time this video comes out, it will have been out for a little bit. I'll have some videos on there. But that was really frustrating. I was trying to switch over my YouTube that was more of an art channel to this email, and I could not figure that out no matter how many times I looked up the instructions. So that was a little unfortunate, but I was able to make a whole bunch of videos. And with my experience of running the art channel, I think that this time around has been a lot smoother in my video making process. It's just easier for me to collect recordings and do the editing and voiceovers and stuff like that, and it's been a lot faster for me. I'm glad that I've had the experience with what I've done in the past so that I can use it now. I feel like because I've been trying to do things daily and weekly, I've been a lot more successful in reaching these goals and accomplishing extra goals that I wasn't planning to do. And I really want to keep this energy that I have for my thoughts and ideas to continue happening. I think something that really prompted all this, I need to get my business going happening, I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Something that prompted this need to start my business and actually get it started has been my workplace switch up, or whatever you want to call it. So I do not keep it a secret that I've tried many times in the past to start a business of some sort. And it wasn't so much focused on a stationery idea as it was as a art business and like selling my prints and originals, and that just was not motivating me in the past. But recently my workplace that I've been working at has switched management, and it's not the same. I'm sure you've heard me in past videos talk about how my workplace just isn't the same, but also with that there aren't other opportunities that pay as well. If I were to think about switching jobs, I'd have to work twice as many hours for the same amount of pay. And right now, as a student and as a worker and as someone who's trying to put up a business, I just don't have the time to work twice as many hours. I've also realized, well, I've known this for a while, but it's really come to my attention recently because of this change, that I don't want to be stuck in a remedial or just like a typical job. I don't want to be doing a 9 to 5. I don't want to be working retail. I don't want to do fast food. I don't really want to be in an office either. I've worked a lot of different kinds of jobs, and of course right now I'm young and I expect to be working kind of a sucky job. I get that. But in the long run, I want to do more than just the typical 9 to 5. Starting this business is what I see as my opportunity to get out of that cycle. And I'm taking this time where my job isn't as good to really, really push towards that so that I don't have to worry about things later down the line. In my way of thinking, this is prepping myself for a future me that would not be happy with the kind of job that I would theoretically be stuck in. Like I said, right now I'm young and I expect to be working kind of not the best jobs, and I'm okay with that, honestly. But in 5 years, when I'm 28, later when I'm 20 or 32 or something, I don't want to be doing the same kind of job, and I feel like that would be where I would be going. And so this business is my opportunity to get out of that. And it is very important to me that I actually do it this time. Anyways, with that, I think I will move on to my next month's goals. Like you have been hearing, I've been working towards a business, and of course, a big thing for a business is having a place to sell. So I think this upcoming month, I really want to look into finding different platforms and websites that you can host a shop on or provide a way of selling items. Do some research on it and see which one's best for a beginner like me. I also want to look into Patreon to start getting a snail mail club started. And I'm thinking that I'm going to call it something like Pigeon Post, because I am, of course, Pigeon Pages. But I do, at the beginning of the year, want to start a snail mail club. And I feel like that's something I just kind of need to be prepared for in advance, even though it will be a couple months. So essentially, explore all the website opportunities that I could be taking or looking into to sell on a platform, and look into Patreon to get that set up and figure out what I need to get started to do that. Like, I know I'll probably need to set up a PayPal, or I'll need to figure out how I'm going to budget my money and stuff like that. Things that are more financial and things that are more on the actual business side, rather than the creative make things and stuff like that. Well, of course, I will still be trying to make things, designing more patterns, making stickers, hopefully, and like envelopes and ephemera packs, but this is also more of a push towards the earning money side of a business. With that, of course, I will need a product to sell, like the physical product to sell. So those two designs that I for sure really like of the stationery that I've designed, I will need to go to my local print shop and ask for them to print those off, test how I like that, maybe go somewhere else if I don't like the quality there. Just kind of explore my options on who I can have make my product. I'd like it to be someone local, because why not? And see what I need to do to actually get those prepared to be sold. I don't necessarily expect to sell anything in the first month or so. It'd be nice, that'd be really cool, but I'm not expecting it. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high. But I think that's pretty much it for my goals this upcoming month. Not necessarily saying that I might get more than what I've said done. It's just that I also don't want to have so much on my list that I get overwhelmed and then unmotivated to do things. For me personally, I need to be really careful about balancing getting things done and being productive, and balancing having too high of an expectation for myself. I don't think I have a lot more to say on my goals this upcoming month. Like I said, I'm trying not to have too many that are stated, so that I have the possibility of over succeeding what I have planned. But I think I will go ahead and talk about personal goals that aren't really related to my business, just for me. So for me personally, I've got a couple of side hobbies that you guys don't hear about very often. One of them being crocheting. I am currently working on a blanket. I started it in the springtime, and I'm really hoping that before the end of fall I can get that finished and completed so it's ready for winter. Usually crocheting a blanket takes a long time for me. This one is a little different though because I'm making it out of granny squares instead of just doing one continuous piece. I would say I'm about halfway done with this project. I've got almost all of the colorful squares. I think I need to do 2 more. They're kind of large too, but 2 more squares that are colorful. And then I've got to do all of the solid brown ones. It's going to be kind of a checkered pattern. I don't have any pictures of it right now to show you, but when I'm done, I'm sure that will be shown off somewhere online. But yes, I think by the end of this month, I want to be either done or very, very close to being done with that blanket, which means I gotta step on it, guys. I also want to go back to listening to a podcast that I used to really enjoy, and the only reason why I've stopped listening to it is because my job doesn't really allow me the time to listen to anything other than music. Like I've said before, I am a delivery driver, so I do have like all day by myself to listen to whatever I want, but because I'm in and out of the car, it doesn't really make sense for me to listen to something with a plot or that is informational, and this podcast would fall underneath that category. It's called Oologies by Ali Ward, and it's a science podcast, and I haven't listened to it for like a couple of years, so she should have a lot of episodes to hear. I don't know, I just really like it. It's really informational, lots of knowledge in there, and it's just a nice, casual way of learning things. So yes, maybe while I'm doing the non-voiceover part of editing videos, or something like cleaning the kitchen or stuff like that, I might try to listen to her podcasts more often. Now, a hobby that you guys do know about are my pen pals. I have kind of been slacking on my pen pals, not necessarily because I've been lazy, although I guess that's what slacking is. Okay, maybe I have been lazy, guys, but I also feel like I've been busy too. I just recently got back from a trip this last week, and so I wasn't able to work on them, of course, and I've been doing a lot of things for this business and editing video and a whole bunch of different things, but maybe I'm making up excuses. But my goal this month is also to be more on track and on top of my pen pals, making sure that I write them back and pack their envelopes in a timely manner compared to what I may have done this month. Something else that this is kind of like a lifestyle goal, I guess, is I need to eat better, guys. I have kind of been slacking on making sure I make dinners and take care of myself. Not saying that I don't take care of myself, but it's so easy to get takeout, guys. It's so easy and convenient, and it's hot food, and you didn't have to do anything except for pay for it. Unfortunately, with the hours that I've been given with my job, I am not making the same amount of pay as I had been a couple months ago, and I can't really afford to be eating out as much as I have and had. And also, it would just be better for me, for my body, to be making my own meals. And it's super easy, you know, it's just something that you kind of avoid because it takes time and it's long and you're tired at the end of the day. I don't know about you guys and your work, but I do have essentially, I call my job a warehouse job. I go in at maybe 9 o'clock in the morning and I get home around 9 o'clock at night, so I'm gone for 12 hours and I don't want to cook food then. It's just so much easier stopping by somewhere to get a little snack or something more than a snack. But I need to start doing better about that, whether that's like prepping food beforehand or finding recipes that are super easy to cook after you get back from work. It'd also probably help if my boyfriend didn't always just suggest, can we get food instead of make food all the time? Because he is also, well, I'd say it's 50-50 with us suggesting that we just get food. So we have to help each other do better. So yeah, those are a couple of my personal goals that aren't related to my business or anything else. Just things that I want to do a little bit better on for me personally. We are coming towards the end of this video though. I hope that you enjoyed me just talking about goals and stuff and what I've done and what I hope to do. I hope that if you're watching this, that you've enjoyed watching this, and if you are not and you're doing something else, I hope that your project is going well. I am gonna advertise myself real fast because what YouTuber doesn't do that? Of course, like, subscribe, follow, that's the same thing, follow, comment if you have any questions or just want to share something. Maybe share some of your goals down below. I'd love to hear them and interact with you guys. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram. Both are the same handler. It's Pigeon Pages, sorry. Except for with Instagram, there's going to be an underscore in between the pigeon and pages. But yeah, I think I am just going to leave it off here, and you guys can enjoy the rest of the video. Bye! P.S. Sorry for the uneven voiceover levels. I just got a new microphone and I've been playing around about how to speak into it properly. So if you notice different levels in my voiceover, I'm sorry about that, but hopefully my next videos will be better.